That guy right there, Quentin Tarantino, has created some of the best on-screen characters of all time. But here are my favorite top 5 Quentin Tarantino characters that I think are the best. Coming in at number 5, David Carradine as Bill. I love the fact that in the first Kill Bill movie, you mostly just hear his voice. You see his hand sitting on the samurai sword as he's talking, usually on the phone. But in Volume 2, there are some great moments in there that I love. One is the sandwich scene where he's making that sandwich and he's telling the story. Always makes me hungry for a sandwich every time. The second one is how he gets that 5-point palm exploding technique to his chest and he sits back and he says, "How do I look?" before he gets up and takes that final stroll. Number 4, Cliff Booth, played by Brad Pitt from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think this is one of Pitt's best performances here. Cliff has that really uncomfortable stare. He's easygoing, but there's clearly a lot going on under the surface. It's like his sunglasses are almost shielding the world from what he really wants to say. He's cool, he's relaxed, and very little seems to bother him, but there is always that feel of tension. One of my favorite moments is when he's laughing because he's really high later in the movie, and then he snaps at him when he realizes he's got something sticking out of the side of him. The other is just when he's driving around LA, really enjoying it, being confident, sitting back, and just being really Cliff. Coming at the number 3 spot, The Bride, played by Uma Thurman in Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. What a badass character. She starts out as part of an assassin group, finds love, gets her heart broken, gets buried alive, escapes, and then goes on a full revenge journey. The character has a whole cycle that it goes through. And Thurman plays her great at every stage. The rage, the grief, the determination, the resolve. And what I love about this character is that Tarantino has her in 2 worlds, a samurai world in the first one and a western in the second. The evolution of this character is one of his most layered creations. Number 2, Hans Landa, played by Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Basterds. One of the greatest villains ever put on screen. Waltz's physical acting, his politeness, his charm, his intelligence is mixed with that cold, ruthless evil, and it's so terrifying, that combo. His selfish goals, his narcissism right there at the surface, and that hyena-like laugh with excitement and giddiness, his whispering menacing that he can be when he's not laughing, and he has a creepy logic to him that's absolutely terrifying. But coming in at that number 1 spot, Jules Winfield, played by the great Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. The monologue scene that we all know is amazing. I personally love his line where he says, "I'm trying, Ringo. I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd." I just love that line, how he delivers it. I love that he can have deep philosophical conversations while still reminding himself he's the hitman and they're on the job with John Travolta. I love the fact that he has the bad mother effer wallet. And I love the fact that he says he's going to walk the earth like Caine in Kung Fu. Just one of the greatest characters Tarantino's ever created, and Samuel L. Jackson delivers it. But how about you? Who are your top 5 Quentin Tarantino characters, and who sits at that number 1 spot? Let me know, and I'll see you at the next one. That guy right there, Quentin Tarantino, has created some of the best on-screen characters of all time. But here are my favorite top 5